All right, guys. So Harbor Freight just dropped some new super coupons. These are starting September 2nd through the 14th. So let's go ahead, jump into them, and see what type of deals they got. So first up, we got air tools and compressors. We got the Earthquake 1-inch D handle. This is their air impact wrench. You're getting $50 off on this, usually around $300, bringing the price down to $250. We got a nice portable ultra quiet compressor here by Fortress. This is going to be their 2-gallon, 135 psi, down to 160, getting $30 off on this. And then if you guys are looking for a spray gun, they got the Spectrum Premium gravity fed air spray gun. $40 off on this one. Was $130, bringing the price down to $90. Not a bad deal there. And then all the way to the right, we got the Banks 2-in-1 down to $130, saving $30 on that. Next up, we got the Earthquake XT. This is their 1/2-inch stubby air impact wrench, 700 foot-pounds on this one. 12% off, bringing the price down to $70. So you're getting about $10 off on that one. And then next to that, we got a couple airbrush kits. So Black Widow is the top of the line when it comes to Harbor Freight spray guns. We're going to have two different versions here. Both of them are going to be the gravity-fed dual action airbrushes. 20% off this one, bringing the price down to $71.99. Not a bad pickup there. Now the difference between these is going to be the tips. So we got 0.3 millimeters to 0.5 millimeters. But if you guys are looking for something that's going to have a finer tip on it, you're going to want to go with this one. This one's going to have the 0.2 to 0.3 millimeter tip on it. And then this one's going to be 11% off, bringing the price down to $80. All the way to the right here, we got the McGraw 3-gallon hot dog air compressor. $50 on this, so you're getting 16% off. And then they also got the pancake compressor for the same price. And then the air compressor starter kit. Don't like this one at all. Hate this plastic hose. With my experience, it seems like this always ends up leaking after using it for a while. But this one's coming in at $12. Jump into some automotive. So we got the Daytona 3-ton heavy-duty ratcheting jack stands. 40% off on this, bring the price down to $30. Pretty sure we won't see that low price of $24.99. I think this is going to be the running sale price for these. So if you're looking to pick those up, not a bad deal there. And then we got the Grant shop towels, 50-pack for $9. And then we got the Daytona 1,300-pound self-loading positioning wheel dolly. So just for one right here, you're going to be spending $100. So these are going to be pretty pricey, but these are their premium wheel dollies. And then all the way to the right, we got the Pittsburgh 3-ton low-profile aluminum racing jack. I like these because these are nice and light, easy to move around. Coming in at $240. You're getting $30 off on that. We got the laser thermometer for $15. And then we got a few Pittsburgh items here. Got the 1,500-pound ATV or motorcycle lift. $20 off on this. $210. Then we got the bottle jack. And then the 6-inch magnetic parts holder for $2. Scroll down a little further here. Got the Pittsburgh Serpentine belt toolkit for $15. And then we got the Badlands 3-ton off-road jack. You're getting $50 off on this, bringing the price down to $330. Nice discount there. Got the Viking jump starter and power pack with the built-in 150 psi air compressor. So this is going to be an all-in-one. Great item to stick in your trunk for those emergency situations. $20 off on this, bringing the price down to $80. And then we got some 12-volt magnetic towing light kit down to $27. You guys looking for a tow chain? You might want to check this one out by Hallmaster. This was $39, 17% off on this one, bringing the price down to $33. And then we got the Badlands Apex 5,500-pound winch with synthetic rope, $20 off, $240. Next to that, we got the load binder by Hallmaster for $40, and then we got the automatic battery maintainer for $9. Down at the bottom here, we got the tire with the rim combo for $35, and then we got some Hallmaster ratcheting tie downs for $9. Jump into generators and plumbing. So we got the drain cleaning drum machine, $70 off on this. Not a bad pickup. This is by Bauer, $330. They also got the Drummond utility pump, $30 off on this. Bring the price down to $120. Got some Hardy gloves. And then all the way to the right, we got the Jupiter pure sine wave power inverter, 2,000 watt continuous, 4,000 watts peak, 25 bucks off on this, bringing the price down to $235. Then for Predator, we got the 5.5 horsepower vertical shaft gas engine. Another $20 savings on that one. And then we got a couple deals on some more Hardy gloves. Jump into some hand tools. So here's the Doyle cable splicing kit coming in at $10, 33% off. We got the Doyle 4-pound peen hammer for $15. And then we got the Icon 24-ounce dead blow hammer. This is coming in at $36, 20% off. Not a bad pickup there. Got the Pittsburgh bolt cutters for $14. And then down at the bottom, we got the Quinn 8-inch self-adjusting wire strippers, $18. We got the Pittsburgh file set for $10. And then the Pittsburgh 130-piece tool set. Price on this one's $32. Go ahead and click into this one. Take a closer look at what we're going to get here. So like I said, this is a 130-piece. You get one ratchet. That's going to be 3/8-inch drive. You get some pliers, 16 pieces of the hex key. And then for the socket adapters and extensions, you're going to get the 1/4-inch, 3/8-inch, 44 pieces with that. You're going to get 10 screwdrivers. You're also going to get the screwdriver with bits. Total pieces with this one's going to be 41, so they're loading down this set with a lot of the bits. You can get some wrenches, and then obviously the hard case. Here's a better look at everything you're going to get with it. So just a simple DIY kit, 20% off, $32 for that one. And we jump into some lighting and specialty. We got the cable ties. These always come in handy. I usually always pick these up at Harbor Freight when they're on sale. $1.80 for this. 100 pack, and these are going to be the 8-inch. Then we got some Vanguard extension cords. And then we got the Braun UV light down to $5. Next up, we got the outdoor category. So here's a nice pickup. We got the Predator chipper shredder. This is going to have the 6.5 horsepower engine in it. $120 off on this. Normally $600. Bringing the price down to $480. And then we got a couple Cover Pro items here. So if you guys are looking for some temporary shelter for maybe your car or some outdoor power equipment, we got the Cover Pro 10-foot by 17-foot canopy. $180. Not going to hold up too well in extreme weathers, but not bad for a temporary shelter. And then they also got the car canopy for $100. Same thing here. If you guys are just looking for some temporary shelter, but in my experience, these don't last very long. So if you guys are looking for a more permanent solution, I wouldn't go with these. I'd probably check out something. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but a little bit better build quality. And then all the way to the right here, we got the Extreme Duty Tarp. This is going to be a 20-foot by 30-foot, down to $80. They got 16% off the foldable chair, bringing it down to $25. And then here's the Portland Electric Chipper Shredder. So this is going to be a really light duty item here. $25 off on this, bringing the price down to $115. And then next to that, we got the blue weather-resistant tarp. So these are more light duty. This is going to be $80, $20 off on this, and this is going to be 29 foot by 49 foot, so pretty big tarp there. And then if you guys need to do some trimming on some bushes or smaller trees, not a bad pickup here for $11. And then all the way at the bottom, we got the 3.5 pound fiberglass axe coming in at $18, 10% off on that. All right, now let's jump into some power tools. Got the 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. This is also going to have the LED and laser guide. $20 off on this. Bringing the price down to $210. So if you guys are looking for something a little bit cheaper than the Hercules saw that they sell, this would be a good pickup for you DIYers just doing some projects here and there. They also got the Grant extra large microfiber drying towel down to $8. We got the Warrior bit set. This is going to be a 36 piece. Down to $8, and then all the way to the right, we got the Hercules 14-inch diamond blade, down to $65. Nice driver bit set here. This is going to be the 45-piece by Hercules. Decent discount on this, 17% off, down to $19. Got some Warrior bimetal recip saw blades, 12-pack for $7. And then next to that, we got some Grant polishing pads. This is going to be a 4-pack, down to $4. And then if you guys are looking for some sanding discs, they do have the Bauer 5-inch hook and loop. This is going to be a 5-pack, available on a lot of different grits, all the way from 40 to 220 grit. Got some more Bauer tools. Doesn't look like any of these are cordless, but they got the compact router for $50, the metal shears for $45, and then the angle grinder down to $30. And then all the way to the right, we got the Hercules 10-amp SDS, demolition hammer, 20 bucks off on this, bringing the price down to $230. Also for Hercules, they got the surface grinder, 25 bucks for this, 28% off, nice discount there. And then if you guys are looking for a light duty fixed base router, they got the Drill Master 11 amp down to 45. You're getting 10% off on that. And then if you guys are looking for some bits for your rotary tool, they got the Warrior 20 piece, 28% off on that, bringing it down to $5. All right, next up we got Shop and Garage. So they got the Franklin hardwood dolly. This is going to be 18 inch by 12 inch, 1,000-pound capacity on this. So you guys got some heavy stuff to move around, these come in really handy. I actually got a couple of these. 30% off, bring the price down to $9. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh 1-ton foldable shop crane down to $240. And then we got the Pittsburgh 300-pound capacity low-profile creeper, 33 bucks for this. Definitely seen this cheaper in the past. I bought one of these during, I think, one of the parking lot sales. I want to say it was like around $22 and haven't had any issues with it. And then we got the Franklin moving blanket. Another item, in my opinion, that comes in really handy. I've thrown these on the fender of a car when I'm working underneath the hood. I've laid on these when I was working underneath the car before. There's just a lot of different ways you can use these. These come in really handy. Only $5 for that. And then we got the engine stand by Pittsburgh for $90. If you guys are looking for some light duty sawhorses, had these in the past also, worked pretty well. Only $10, 28% off on this. And then we got some Doyle items here. We got the retractable utility knife for $7. Got the flip utility knife. This one kind of reminds me of the Milwaukee a little bit, for $9. And then we got the Hawkbill flip knife for $9. Next up is going to be storage. And it looks like we got some U.S. General items here. So here's the 56-inch by 22-inch roll cab. $100 off on this. Available in 8 different colors for $800. And then they also got the 34-inch 6-drawer full bank service cart, $80 off on that, bringing the price down to $520. Got the Apache 9800 rifle case, $120 for this one, so you're getting $30 off. And then all the way to the right, we got the U.S. General 15-inch end cabinet, down to $250. They also got the magnetic cup holder for U.S. General, down to $9. And then we got the socket rail by Pittsburgh. Not a huge fan of these, but you can pick this up in 1/4-inch, 3/8, or 1/2-inch drive, only 99 cents. I've had issues with my socket staying on these after using them for a long period of time. And then we got the Hercules 16-inch tool bag, $10. Wall mount tool organizer, also for $10. And then we got the Yukon garage cabinet. This is a 48-inch by 72-inch, $50 off on this, down to $349.99. All right, next up we got welding and machinery. So it looks like we got the titanium unlimited 140, $100 discount on this, bringing it down to $500. You also got the Chicago Electric auto darkening welding helmet, down to $30. The Bauer bench drill press with light for $80, so getting 11% off on that. And then they got the Vulcan 500-pound capacity welding cabinet, $50 off, bringing it down to $350. And then at the bottom, we got some Bauer items. Got the disc sander, $40 off. Not a bad deal for $160. Got the bench grinder with the LED light, $20 savings on that one. And then they also got the 8-inch buffer for $110. All right, guys, so that's the new super coupons at Harbor Freight starting September 2nd through the 14th. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys found some value in the video. If you did, smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you on the next one.